Onik Gasparyan is an Armenian colonel general who served as the chief of the General Staff of the Armenian Armed Forces from 8 June 2020 until 10 March 2021. Gasparyan was dismissed after calling for the resignation of Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan on 25 February 2021 along with more than 40 other high-ranking Armenian military officers. Gasparyan, with the support of the General Staff, continues to dispute the legality of his dismissal. He was born in January 1970. He studied at secondary school No. 5 in Ijevan from 1976 to 1985 and at secondary school No. 147 in Yerevan from 1985-1986. He completed his service in the Soviet Armed Forces from 1988 to 1990. From 1990 to 1993, during the First Nagorno-Karabakh War, he served in the Saros Detachment, volunteer unit in his native Ijevan. He joined the Armenian Army in 1993. In 1994, he was seriously wounded in a mine explosion while performing a combat mission. In the mid-90s, he studied at the Vistral Higher Officer Courses of Russian Ministry of Defense. He studied and graduated with honors from the Russian Combined Arms Academy of Russia from 1998 to 2001. From 2001 to 2005, he was the commander of Military Unit 51191, where he served before being transferred to Military Unit 68617. He was the Chief of Staff and Deputy Commander of 4th Army Corps from 2007 and 2008. In 2008, he graduated with honors from the Military Academy of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Russia. He became the Chief of Staff and Deputy Commander of 3rd Army Corps in 2010. Being promoted to Commander on the 11th of April 2012, he was promoted to the rank of Major General on the 21st of January 2015, which allowed him to become the Deputy Chief of General Staff in July 2016 and First Deputy Chief of General Staff in June 2017. He became a Lieutenant General in July 2019. On 8 June 2020, he was appointed Chief of Armed Forces General Staff by order of President Armen Sarkisyan at the request of Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. Defense Minister David Tenoyan introduced Gasparyan to the Command Staff of Defense Ministry 2 days later. He was previously considered for the role in 2018, when the media reported he would be appointed. Gasparyan comes from Ijevan, the same town as Prime Minister Pashinyan, so it was speculated that this could have hindered his appointment, in case there would be any perception of favoritism. Gasparyan's appointment came shortly before clashes on the Armenian-Azerbaijani border in July 2020, which was followed by the outbreak of the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war with Azerbaijan. At the recommendation of Prime Minister Pashinyan, Gasparyan was promoted to the rank of Colonel General on 15 October 2020. During the war, the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war ended in significant material, human and territorial losses for the Armenian side, during the chaos that ensued on the night of November 9 to 10. After the signing of the ceasefire agreement that ended the war, Gasparyan met with leaders of the opposition and called for calm. Gasparyan later stated that he had advised Prime Minister Pashinyan to take steps to end the hostilities on the fourth day of the 44-day war, but that all attempts to stop the war were rejected by Azerbaijan and Turkey. On 25 February 2021, Gasparyan issued a statement signed by more than 40 other top Armenian military officers calling for the resignation of Prime Minister Pashinyan, stating that Pashinyan and his government are no longer able to make proper decisions in this fateful moment of crisis for the Armenian people. Gasparyan and the other officers claimed that their demand was triggered by Pashinyan's dismissal of the first Deputy Chief of the General Staff, Tyran Khachatryan, a day earlier. Pashinyan condemned the statement as a coup attempt and signed an order dismissing Gasparyan from his post, which was not signed by Armenia's President Armen Sarkisyan. Pashinyan immediately resent the motion to dismiss Gasparyan to the president. On 26 February, Gasparyan met with President Armen Sargsyan at the General Staff Office. At a pro-government rally on the 1st of March, Pashinyan accused Gasparyan of treason and alleged that he issued the statement calling for Pashinyan's resignation at the suggestion of former President Sargsyan. On the 2nd of March, President Armen Sargsyan declared his decision once again not to sign the motion to dismiss Gasparyan and to make a separate appeal to the Constitutional Court of Armenia regarding the decision. However, as he did not send the motion itself to the Constitutional Court for review, Gasparyan's dismissal is to come into effect by force of law. The General Staff announced that Gasparyan will stay in his role for 8 days after the President makes his appeal to the Constitutional Court. On the 10th of March, Pashinyan announced that Gasparyan's dismissal had gone into effect and nominated Gasparyan's predecessor attemp for Chief of the General Staff. Gasparyan released a statement where he refused to accept his dismissal and